Tampa Stadium tonight. Jim Forney along with Duncan Hill welcoming you, and a special welcome to all the Channel 5 viewers. The first Washington Diplomat telecast of this new season and a new team in Washington tonight in Tampa Bay. And Duncan, let's set the record straight right off with less than impartial observation tonight from Duncan Hill, the general manager of the Diplomats.
I'll try and be as impartial as I possibly can be, Jim, but it's going to be difficult because we want to win tonight. I think you're going to see a very close, exciting, attacking game. And I only hope the injury to Jimmy Brown, Dale Baxter does well in goal, because that's a slight concern that we do have.
Concern indeed. Jim Brown not starting tonight. He injured his ankle during practice this past week. Dale Baxter getting his first start in pro soccer. But the Rowdies, too, quite a revamped team tonight.
They've made a number of very strange decisions. They've left out Wagley and Worthington, who I think are two of their best players. They've gone for Washington D'Oliveira up front, Fabiani. And Neil Roberts they brought back, and he's signed two new players.
We'll take a look at their lineup right after we pause for this message. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. Tonight in Tampa Bay against the Rowdies. In goal, we mentioned the first start for Dale Baxter. He'll be in goal in place of Jim Brown. On defense, Benny Dargle, Malcolm Waldron, Peter Carr, and Heinz Wirtz. In the midfield, Peter Barelish, David Bradford, David McGill, and Trevor Hebard with 3 goals so far. Up front, Ross Jenkins, and making his first start, Willie Kiefer from Germany. Here is Dale Baxter, 19 years old, and what a moment for this youngster tonight. I know that he has butterflies in his stomach. He is pressed into service just 2 days ago. Jim Brown injured his ankle in practice. He tried everything to get ready for this game. But as Coach Ken Furphy said, you have a reserve goalkeeper to play in case of an injury, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Opening kickoff, and the Washington Diplomats take control. Peter Carr on the defense, moves it to midfield. Trying to roll with the header, Ross Jenkins, but got just a bit too much of it. It's out of bounds. It'll be throw-in Tampa Bay. Wes McLeod, the veteran midfielder, veteran at only 23 years of age, but I tell you, he's been with the Rowdies for many, many years and a very, very good midfield player. In for Fabiani, and it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. There's a charge against the Diplomats. Interesting to see what happens tonight with Oscar Fabiani. I'm sure all soccer fans in America know about this man from Chile, 30 years old. Many fans thought that he'd be sent back to Chile. But here he is starting tonight as Coach Gordon Jago, trying everything to shake the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a proud franchise here in the Bay Area, but struggling this season. A 4-game losing streak coming into the game tonight, 2-6 on the year, including a loss up in RFK Stadium, 4-1 to the Washington Diplomats. Free kick.
Quite a hard kick on Kiefer there from Gorman. He got straight into him, and tackle was rather high. I thought the referee might have had a word with him. Kiefer was certainly limping slightly after that.
The Dips on the free kick just dump it into the middle. A 50-50 ball won by the Tampa Bay Rowdies, but then knocked out of bounds. It'll be free kick or throw-in. The referee tonight, Robert Evans. The linesman, Leslie Lamb and Chris Bailey. Actually, the Tampa Bay Rowdies weak in goal right now. Their number 1 goalkeeper, Winston DeBose, has a broken hand. And Kevin the Cat Keelan, a veteran, in goal tonight. In goal to the right as you watch it back home in Washington on Channel 5. Ball ridden out of bounds. Barelish and McLeod, former teammates at midfield. And do you think Peter Barelish is ready for this game tonight, Duncan?
Well, he had an excellent game at RFK Stadium a week ago. He was very, very excited about the game when I spoke to him yesterday.
A running throw in right to the hot box area. Had it clear. Bradford, a half volley shot blocked. Trying to move on the follow-up. Hebard, then Bradford shot. Grabbed off one bouncer by Kevin Keelan. But the Dips creating chances early against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And I'll tell you,
very close to our first goal. Maybe Hebard should have shot earlier before Bradford's second shot. He had an excellent scoring opportunity.
That was Rifik Kojic, 29-year-older from Yugoslavia, on defense for the Diplomats. Moving up in midfield, and the backs moving up, pressing at midfield as I guess in every soccer game, you try right off to get control of that midfield area, Duncan, because that's where the game is won and lost.
We're looking very competitive. We're pushing up very quickly on their players.
Bradford trying a 1-2 with Jenkins, but broken up nicely, except for a foul against the Rowdies. It'll be free kick, Washington Diplomats. Peter Barelish running by the ball, so it'll be up 2. Malcolm Waldron will be taking the free kick just inside the 35-yard line.
Probably looking for Jenkins on the far post here.
Jenkins made a run to the middle, then held up as Waldron didn't like something he saw. Now lobs it right to the goal mouth, headed clear by Mike Connell and out of bounds. Connell, 24-year-older from South Africa, and again a veteran of, oh, look at this, and Kevin the Cat Keelan just grabbed it off as it was going for the far post. Error on defense by Tampa Bay, but the Cat Keelan got away with it at midfield. The Washington Dips turning it back into the Tampa Bay area, in control. Washington moving it wide left side for McGill, plays it back on the defense. This is Heinz Verts, and the ball trapped away from him, and now first run of the game for the Tampa Bay Rowdies inside the 35. That's Vanderveen dumping it wide on the near side, grabbed off by McLeod. McLeod trying to turn for the shot, but marked closely by Peter Barelish. On the left flank, the Washington Diplomats trying to thwart off the attack of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and a foul from behind against the Diplomats. It'll be free kick, Tampa Bay. That's Malcolm Waldron. 4 goals and the leading goal scorer for the Diplomats. The referee, Robert Evans, moving the defenders back. You have to give him 10 yards on a free kick. Vanderveen on the free kick. The ball balloons up in the air. Widened on the near side. Dangerous. The Tampa Bay Rowdies with a long cross, and Dale Baxter's heart pumping madly as he made the first save of the game, and a very well played ball, Duncan.
Very nice to see him, Dale, come out there and take that cross so confidently, right off of Roberts' head.
Dale Baxter, what a moment for this young man. His first start in professional soccer. He played on the Canadian youth team. Good ball control by the Diplomats through midfield, Peter Barelish, and when he was introduced tonight, you can tell a lot of Barelish fans remain in Tampa Bay. Now David Bradford tries the through ball, but blocked off was Jenkins, or rather Hibbard was in front there, and Keelan plays the grounder easily and moves it back to midfield. Well, Tampa Bay looking very unorganized early. They just gave that ball away, Duncan.
Yes, I think the reason, Jim, is that we are starting a little bit more aggressively and doing what we've done in all the matches this season, and that is compete in midfield. Push up on everyone. Look at us win the ball again then. And we've been doing that very successfully all season, Jim.
Kevin Keelan with the ball for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Tampa Bay really on the ropes, just trying to hold off the aggressive start out of the blocks by the Washington Diplomats. Long ball for Oscar Fabiani. Fabiani couldn't control.
You see how close Carr got to Fabiani then. He gave him no room at all.
On the throw in, now the Washington Diplomats play giveaway as they retrieve the ball, a break in the action. No score early in the game. Let's pause for this message. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Ed?
Okay. Right to it or first opportunity?
goalkeeper reading in there.
No score, Washington and Tampa Bay tonight from Tampa Stadium, and a perfect night for soccer. It's, I'll tell you, offside play there by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The linesman called it, the referee didn't see it. Play goes on, and fortunately cleared by Peter Carr. Oh, does head ever get the old adrenaline going? The linesman's flag up in the air, and actually Peter Barrelish kind of held off, thinking it was going to be called. But
I thought the referee was right, Jim. He was. I didn't think it was offside.
Well, still dangerous as Tampa Bay. A centering pass and jamming up beautifully, Benny Dargo. Good defensive play by the youngster, Benny Dargo. And Dale Baxter. The rookie goalkeeper starting tonight in the nets, his first start in the North American Soccer League. Shows a pretty good foot as he puts the ball in orbit to midfield. Out of bounds.
One of our successes this season has been Jimmy Brown finding Ross Jenkins up front with his goal kick so much, Jim. And Dale Baxter got that one right up into their half.
Another throw in for the Diplomats. No score early in the game, 36 minutes remaining, first half of play. David Bradford at midfield. In the center for McGill, back to Bradford. Bradford winds it near side for Waldron. Malcolm Waldron had to reach out as far as he could, then was kind of tipped from behind. A foul against the Rowdies. It'll be free kick, Washington.
Be interesting to see if either Waldron or Barrelich here from this free kick situation shoot. It's quite far out on the 35-yard line. I don't think they're opting to shoot, Jim.
Peter Carr teeing up the ball. Barrel is standing right by his side. Watch the movement up front now. It goes right for Jenkins, but pushing off behind Jenkins. You can see the defenders. Jenkins again, and then it's Gorman who tries to clear, but he shanked it, and actually went up over his head behind him, and Kat Keelan had to save a corner kick, grabbing it off and putting it to midfield. But look who's controls again. The Washington Diplomats in clear control in the early going tonight here at Tampa Bay. Well, the merry month of May brings exciting Diplomat soccer to RFK Stadium. On May 17, Dallas at 2:30 in the afternoon. It'll mark the return to Washington of former Diplomat goalkeeper Bill Irvin. Of course, anything can happen when teams from Washington and Dallas get together. May 23rd, the Cosmos and its T-shirt night courtesy of the U.S. Army. The first 5,000 fans, 14 and under, will receive a free Diplomat T-shirt courtesy of the U.S. Army. Then the 31st of May, Tulsa, when the Diplomats were in Detroit. Every game between these two teams was a war. The move from Detroit to Washington will not change this fierce rivalry. The game also marks the first appearance at RFK Stadium by the San Diego Chicken. And let's hope he doesn't lay an egg. I'm sorry, Duncan. Kevin Keelan, 39 years old. Many say his best soccer is behind him. Pressed into service with the Rowdies with the injury to Winston DuBose.
It's interesting, Jim. We nearly signed him for indoor when we had the problem with Jimmy Hand's broken hand in indoor in Detroit.
Well, the Rowdies now showing some organization at midfield. Now the long striking ball left side, and the shot checked off the foot. He really was in almost too deep anyway. I think he was
offside,
Jim.
The referee's given offside.
So it'll be free kick. Neil Roberts, one of the three new forwards up front, Fabiani and Washington Oliveira, making his first start of the season. Washington Oliveira, after coming off a knee injury.
There've been a lot of rumors they're going to sell Oliveira, and a lot of speculation about that.
Good sliding tackle there by Neil Roberts. Roberts and Fabiani. Let's see if they try it. Good heel pass to McLeod. McLeod at the corner looking for the cross to challenge McGill or Waldron. McLeod and Waldron. Trap block there, and the referee waves it off. Legal trap. The ball out of bounds off Washington. Corner kick. Tampa Bay. The fans, of course, looking for a penalty kick with that foul in the penalty area.
Very dangerous situation that. I thought Waldron was going for the ball, but he did seem to make some contact with the player's legs.
Corner kick, Tampa Bay. Always a great scoring opportunity. Let's see how the Rowdies play it. Movement right to the goal mouth and knocked away nicely by Baxter. A dribble shot and headed over the crossbar by
Offside again.
Fabiani, but it would have been offside anyway. With a break in the action, no score early in the game. Washington and Tampa Bay. This is Washington Diplomats soccer.
Seconds. Are we on shift, right?
It's a great long ball to Kiefer.
No score, Washington and Tampa Bay, as Willie Kiefer takes a turnaround shot and just missed on the short side. Willie Kiefer making his first start for the Washington Diplomats. He was acquired from the second division team in Germany and had quite a few opportunities to join a first division team, but he wanted to come to America and play in the North American Soccer League, and I think before this season is out, Diplomat fans will be grateful that he chose Washington. Good run now by the Rowdies into the corner, jammed up by the defense of the Washington Diplomats at midfield for Trevor Hebert. Squirt the ball nicely for Bradford. A run on the left wing and a race for the ball won by the Rowdies, but across his own goal line, it'll be a corner kick for the Diplomats.
See again, Jim, the pressure that Jenkins applied there, which forced defender Kozic to give away the corner.
Well, the Rowdies had an opportunity moments ago and a corner kick. That was parroted away nicely by Dale Baxter. In goal tonight for the Diplomats. Let's see how Tampa Bay defends against the corner taken by Trevor Hebert.
Often this will be an in-swinger onto Jenkins' head on the near post.
Exactly right, and Winston, Kevin Keelan knocked it aside to the near post. Now the shot from far out by Hebert, blocked off the shin of Vanderveen. It'll be throw-in Washington.
Best opportunity we've had so far. Barilich very unlucky there not to get that one in the net.
Jim McGill couldn't control the ball cleanly. He tried to flip it out on the left wing, but it's out of bounds. Throw-in Tampa Bay. Suffering through a miserable start. Not a bad crowd tonight in Tampa Bay, but I'll tell you, up until this season, good fight for the ball there. Won by the Diplomats. Moving in, a shot, and Keelan kicked it away. McGill flips the ball high over the crossbar. It'll be goal kick.
Hebert right through there. You can see Willie Kiefer in the middle of the goal remonstrating that maybe he should have passed the ball to him.
Tickets for all Diplomats home games are on sale at all Ticketron and all Capital Center outlets. You can also call Sports Charge at 350-2100. That's 350-2100. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's tickets for all Diplomats home games. On sale through Ticketron and Capital Center outlets. But you can tell who's been the better so far through the first, 30 minutes anyway of this soccer game tonight from Tampa Stadium.
I think we've been slightly on top, Jim, and they've had a couple of opportunities. We've really put a lot of pressure on them. Hebert went right through there and only had Keelan to beat, and a little disappointing he didn't put it in.
Not much room for a running throw in, but good right from McGill, and McGill just dribbled it wide, but David McGill moved right to the perfect position. And now the referee, wait a minute, I think is going to award a corner kick, saying that Keelan was across the end line.
I think he was. A lot of pressure now, just building up on the Tampa goal.
Whether he was or not is immaterial. The referee says he was. Another in-swinger, and almost came through. But Keelan grabbed it off. Diplomats right back on it as Gorman tries to run over Bradford. Bradford, beautiful sliding tackle takeaway. Now to Peter Barilich. Barilich sliding tackled away Ball up for grabs, and David Bradford, the mighty Adam, he gets it. Then kicked away from Willie Kiefer by the Rowdies. It'll be a throw-in. You see that kick, Duncan? You might want to get your scouts on that fan here in Tampa Bay. He has a pretty good right foot.
Got it right back in the plane. Got it right back to us, which is very kind of him.
Peter Baralich.
Long throw here.
To Kiefer, going to the corner. Kiefer run off the ball, and it goes across the end line. It'll be goal kick, Tampa Bay. 26:45 remaining first half of play. No score, Washington and Tampa Bay. Washington, second best overall in the North American Soccer League. Actually, they could overtake the Cosmos tonight. The Cosmos play tomorrow afternoon against Toronto. But what a magnificent start by the Diplomats this season.
Foul on Hibbard there. Foul on Hibbard by the defender.
And you can see Hibbard wasted no time. The flow is there. Bradford takes a shot. Brilliant save by Kevin Katkeelan. Oh, but what a beautiful setup for David Bradford. A through ball, and Bradford took it right in stride.
Yes, I think David, if he could have known where he was there, would have just steadied himself and probably scored there. You can see him coming across there. Maybe if he'd have taken his time, he'd have scored there. But a great give and go. We're causing all sorts of problems for their defence at the moment, Jim.
At midfield, the Tampa Bay Rowdies stunned as Rafik Kojic, 29-year-older from Yugoslavia, moves it out of the right wing. Gorman moving up, but a good takeaway by Jenkins, and Baralich slowly in across the 35-yard line. Baralich riding off that tackle. And a sliding tackle and a kick out of bounds. It'll be throw-in. Diplomats.
Peter Rowe, the tackle.
Willie Kiefer, your new right winger, Duncan, has shown a lot of speed, first of all, and also a lot of moxie. You can tell he's played this game.
He's also got an excellent long throw. Look at that one, Jim.
And you get no running throws here in Tampa Bay. The wall gives you only about 4 feet, really. It was an excellent throw, you're right. The cross from Kiefer, not excellent, however.
No, it wasn't a good cross, actually. I think he'll take a little bit of time to settle down. It's asking an awful lot of a player to fly from Germany one week and the next week be settling down and playing in the NASL, especially when he doesn't speak much English.
Washington Diplomats with Coach Ken Furphy and the reserves, and I would think Coach Furphy has to be pleased with the play so far.
I think we've come here and we've tried to attack them at every available opportunity. Having said that, I'd be far happier now if one of those opportunities that we've had was actually a goal.
Fabiani on a run for the ball along with Peter Carr. And
Peter Carr just pushing him off a little bit there, Jim, and I think it was a free kick and the referee gave the right decision.
It'll be Tampa Bay. Restart, dangerous area. Fabiani dribbles the ball into the hot box area. Nice takeaway by Carr, who played it back to Dale Baxter. I'd say Baxter settled down now. Duncan, the butterflies are gone, and he's back in this game now.
I hope so. No, he's looked very confident so far. The defence have helped him very well. Peter Carr there read that situation. Fabiani tried to go past him on the outside. Peter's 29 years of experience told him he was going to do it, and he easily pushed it back to Dale. Defence will help him a lot today. See
defense playing up there, Benny Dargo.
Very quickly in again, giving the forward no time at all.
Notice that Washington Oliveira, who started out on the right wing, has really dropped back to a left midfield right now as they try to get control of the tempo at midfield. Look at Hibbard stepping right in front of that, almost had a break, but the defender, that's Rafik Kojic, got away with it. Nice 1-2 here by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Good setup on the right side. Open left side, going for the shot, and Baxter makes a great save. Rebound! Oh, what a save at the goal line!
Great save on the goal line by Peter Carr. That's the second time he's done that.
Brilliant save by Peter Carr. He knew enough, knowing his goalkeeper was in trouble, out of position, and he took to the goal line.
But a very good save by Dale Baxter there. We were very lucky to escape with them not scoring, Jim, there.
However, tempo picked up by the Rowdies. Pressure now from Tampa Bay. It'll be corner kick, Tampa Bay. No score, Washington and Tampa Bay tonight from Tampa Stadium. Corner taken short, then the cross grabbed off by Dale Baxter. Baxter played one half during your European tour, and Coach Furphy said there's no reason why not to have confidence in him in the North American Soccer League. Jenkins battle for the ball against Connell, and the foul against Connell. It'll be free kick, Washington. David Bradford and Barrelish. Now Bradford, beautiful cross to the far corner. Hibbert had it go over his shoulder, takes it at the touchline. Hibbert trying to break loose from the defender who knocked it out of bounds. Off Hibbert, it'll be throw-in, Tampa Bay. Jean van der Veen, number 5 midfielder, 32-year-older from Holland. Widens it near side. That's Peter Rowe overlapping, moving up now to Wes McLeod. McLeod bumped off the ball by McGill. It'll be free kick, Tampa Bay. McLeod for Rowe. Back to midfield and McLeod. Rafik Kojek moving up on the attack. Pushed from behind. De Oliveira. It'll be a free kick.
Free kick in a dangerous situation here.
Peter Barrelish questioning the referee, and you can see what that gets you in soccer. Nothing at all. Let's watch it closely. Defensive wall set up by the Washington Diplomats, but danger really on the left flank. To the right of your screen as you watch it. And there it goes to the right, setting up for the shot. Then they move it back left of your screen. Then Dale Baxter grabs it off right at the near post. Well, it's great to get that angle to see exactly how that play develops. You can see what Dale Baxter has to watch in goal tonight for the Washington Diplomats. Good run by Kiefer. We talked about him a while ago. Good speed. Now McGill. Playing it for Hibbert. Beautiful over the shoulder. Hibbert with a shot, trying to just lob it over Cat Keelan. What a great save by Kevin Keelan.
You know, that dropped just a little bit high. It looked as if he really had to score a goal, Jim, but it was a little bit high, and he tried just to flick it over Keelan's head.
But watch the flick over the shoulder by Hibbert. Takes it right here. Now watch the flick over the shoulder.
Skill. Brilliant skill, Jim. All he's got to do now is flick it over Keelan's head. The ball just gets up a little bit high here.
Yes,
and he can't quite reach it. Not easy, actually. It was not an easy chance at all.
But a beautiful, beautiful effort by Hibbert. Tampa Bay coming back. Skies one over the crossbar. It'll be goal kick. Washington. No score with 19 minutes remaining first half of play. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. Washington Diplomats and Tampa Bay Rowdies from Tampa Stadium. No score, but we've seen some brilliant, brilliant execution. But nothing to the back of the net just yet, although Hibbert came mighty close. Dangerous now Tampa Bay as the flick pass grabbed off by Van der Veen. Van der Veen showing good skill at midfield. Now credit Jenkins for coming back and helping out defensively. You talk about forwards not being defensive players. You saw a great example right there. Jenkins coming back, just a little flick of the heel as the player went to pass it in, and he broke up what looked like a threatening play by Tampa Bay. A trip.
I think he's going to give him a yellow card for that, or speak to him very sincerely. I think the player dived and maybe made worse of that than it actually was. I think Benny had any malicious intent going into that at all. I think he's just going to warn him, Jim. It's difficult to see from here. He's just warned him. No yellow card, just a free kick.
A lot of officials in the stands tonight, Duncan. they thought a yellow card was in order.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. The match has been played in very competitive spirit, but it hasn't been a dirty match at all.
No, and actually I thought, oh, that wasn't a foul there. Oh, my goodness. Doesn't matter, as Washington cleared the ball to midfield. But I really expected, because of the frustration of Tampa Bay, that we would have seen a little more hooliganism tonight from Tampa Bay.
Yes, I don't think they're a particularly rough team. They play some very nice soccer. They play give and goes, 1-2s, and they've got some very skillful players, and I'm sure they're a better team than their record suggests at the moment.
Willie Kiefer battling for control and got it clean to Waldron. In the middle for Bradford, and loads right away. The Diplomats trying to punch it up forward for Jenkins, but cleared away by the Rowdy defense. Peter Barelish has it back. Widens left side for McGill. McGill looking for help. Gets it from Bradford in midfield. Bradford, one of the best one-on-one. It's pretty tough to take a ball away. Nice play here. Good give and go by the Diplomats. Now the cross near side. Just wouldn't come through for Kiefer, up in the air and grabbed off by Jenkins. Kevin Keelan. Jenkins right on top of Keelan. Referee with a word to Jenkins. The rule in soccer, once that goalkeeper...
Well, I don't see how that's a free kick, Jim, because the ball was in the air and Ross Jenkins is quite entitled to jump and try and head the ball.
Exactly.
Keelan doesn't have an automatic right to be able to catch it. And referees are very hot on that all over the world recently. I think they've had a few FIFA directives to tighten up a little bit and protect the goalkeeper.
Much like in hockey, though, Duncan, the goalkeeper really is almost untouchable. It's just a no-no. You don't...
Yes.
Tampa Bay moving quickly on the left wing until Waldron knocked it away, out of bounds.
Nicely timed tackle.
Away from Neil Roberts. Throw in. Tampa Bay to Roberts. Plays it in the corner. Van der Veen with the cross. Dangerous in the box was Fabiani, but cleared out. And McGill just dumps it to midfield. Now Connell. Good touch, 1 and 2. Moving, and the shot. Oh, nice save by Baxter as he just tipped it over the crossbar.
Excellent effort.
Kick.
Excellent effort, and excellent effort and a very good save.
Peter Rowe takes the shot. This is the defender, Peter Rowe.
Lovely dipping shot. It was going right in the net, and Dale Baxter just got his fingers to it, actually. A lot of chances in this game. They've had 2 or 3. We've maybe had 4 or 5.
Peter Rowe, one of 2 new players for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He's from Canada, as is Terry Moore. Corner kick to the far post. Baxter blocked out of the play, but the header over the crossbar. It'll be goal kick. Washington Diplomats.
The first mistake maybe that Baxter's made in the game so far. He came and missed that one. He only got half a hand to it, and luckily he just got a slight deflection.
Again this year, University Toyota.
This is the first telecast of Washington Diplomats soccer in 1981 on Channel 5, and we welcome Channel 5 to the Diplomat family. And I'll mention right now, it wouldn't be bad for you soccer fans to let Channel 5 know how much you enjoy the telecast. Upcoming games, Sunday, June 14 from Chicago against the Sting. Saturday, June 20 in Montreal. Saturday, July 11 from California. Then Sunday, August the 2nd from Toronto. And Wednesday, August 12, the Diplomats against the Cosmos, and who knows, that could well be for the overall lead at that time. Right now, Cosmos number 1, Washington number 2.
Yeah, definite foul on Hebbard. He's got a lot of pace, Trevor Hebbard, and he got away from the player there and he just brought him down. They've got better in the last 15 minutes, Tampa Bay, and they have caused us some quite considerable problems in defense.
With 13 minutes remaining first half, Washington out shooting Tampa Bay 9-5. And that pretty well reflects the tempo of the game. Good through ball for the Diplomats. McGill moving up on the left wing, overran the ball and lost it out of bounds. It'll be throw-in Tampa Bay.
Just tends to take things a little bit quickly, David. It's all part of getting experience and getting a bit older. If you watch Barelish and Bradford when they get on the ball, they take their time. David just tries to do things occasionally a little bit too quickly.
looking for an unmarked man and not finding any. And it's back to Washington. This is Hibbert showing good ball control. In the middle for Bradford. Bradford on the give and go. Going to the corner. Couldn't catch up to it.
Nice play. It was Wirtz actually, Jim, coming deep from left back and with a 1-2 with David Bradford. And maybe David might have turned. If he'd have known the man wasn't on him, he could have turned and had a shot on the edge of the box. But Wirtz is a very fine attacking player. He's already scored. He scored a goal and assist in his first game at Toronto. And he really is a solid defender as well.
Well, if stats indicate the caliber of play in the first half, you can see the Diplomats out shooting Tampa Bay. The saves, Tampa Bay with 4. And Baxter called on for 2. Corner kicks are even. Fouls. Diplomats a little more aggressive. Dangerous. Fabiani. Fabiani just couldn't get by Peter Carr. And Carr broke up a dangerous run by Fabiani.
Very strong tackle on the ball by Peter Carr there.
There's Dale Baxter, the young man we're talking about, 19 years old, making his first start in the North American Soccer League. I would think Coach Furphy has to be very pleased with his play to this point. Duncan?
Yes, I think the match has gone reasonably well. It could easily, we could be sitting here at 2-2 rather than 0-0 at the moment. It's been a very entertaining, lot of chances that haven't been put in at the moment. Pitch is very bumpy at the moment. The ball's getting out very hard, and it's making it a little bit harder for some of the players.
Well, it's been very dry here in Florida. They had rain 2 days ago, and that's the first rain they had in some 40 days, I think. So I would guess that ground is quite dry and hard. Tampa Bay in the Diplomats' end. Dave McGill got away with the tackle. Moving upfield quickly on a run. That's Kiefer, and he's upended from behind, but still keeps tumbling on. Almost took it away from Connell. Has it? Kiefer still with the ball. Support on the left and the right side. Took the shot blocked by Connell, and Connell shovels the ball back to Kevin Keelan.
I don't know what the Tampa players are complaining about at the moment. They've got the free kick. It was a definite foul by Connell on Kiefer, and Willie kept his balance and kept going and had a good attempt, really. Maybe he should have passed then again. There was a player in a better position on the left.
If you're questioning why the foul wasn't called, whenever you have the advantage as Kiefer had, the referee, wisely as he did there's a blistering shot saved. Look out for the rebound. Going to the corner is Oliveira. Plays it back, the shot, blocked by the defense, rebound, score! Tampa Bay.
Yes, they're jumping on
Neil Roberts.
Bit of a scrappy goal.
On the rebound. Well,
you can see a block shot there. I think this is Oliveira coming in here. He tries to take on Benny Dargle. Benny blocks it. And then Peter Carr blocks it again, and Roberts just gets to a header. A bit of a scrappy goal, actually.
It was indeed, but a good one, and credit the Rowdies for good follow-up play. 1-0, Tampa Bay in the lead over Washington. Well, let's see if the Diplomats can muster just a wee bit more for the equalizer. Van der Veen, the veteran from Holland. This is Washington. Oliveira on the left side. Lost out of bounds. David Bradford on the throw-in for the Diplomats. So the Rowdies take the lead 1-0, but Washington with good opportunities so far, and if you keep up the opportunities, something good happens eventually.
Yes, they've been coming into the game more and more, Jim, and that, either we were going to score or they were going to score, and that'll give them a little bit of confidence. But we just want to keep our heads now and make sure we don't concede a second, and then go after them from that point onward.
Mike Connell at the back for Tampa Bay. To Oliveira. Oliveira dangerous. Knocked out of bounds by...
Tackle by Dargle.
Dargle.
Quite a lot of pressure now. The crowd's building the atmosphere up, and there's quite a lot of pressure on our players at the moment. A lot of it resulting for us not scoring the early goal we should have got.
Good play by Barilish in the middle, trapped it, but then lost it. And Gorman with a prayer just dribbled one from 30 yards out. No problem for Dale Baxter. Baxter unloads to midfield. Hubbard missed on the trap, but the ball rolling toward the touchline.
See how fast that pitch is going, Jim, with this lack of rain. It caused Connell quite a few problems.
Rafik Kojek. Now to John Gorman. Galloping John Gorman, they call him, 31-year-older from Scotland. At midfield, the Diplomats bring it back. Benny Dargle with a run on the left wing. Dargle still going down the left flank, looking for the cross, looking for help. McGill moves up. McGill tries a run into the hot box area, is tackled to the ground. The ball still in play, says the referee. Then kicked out of bounds. It'll be throw-in. Washington Diplomats.
Throw into Washington. I think you see Willie Kiefer coming over and doing his long throw again. Be a nice time to get a goal, Jim, if we could just manage to squeeze one now. Take the pressure off a little bit. We certainly don't really deserve on the balance of play to be 1 goal down, but they've scored and we've got to get back in the game.
Hopefully before halftime. 6:40 remaining before the half. The throw into the hot box area, then headed to the side of the net. It'll be goal kick. A break in the action, the score. Tampa Bay 1, Washington nothing. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. One 0 Tampa Bay leading the Washington Diplomats late in the first half of play, and Tampa Bay coming again. Here's the shot. Oh, and he missed from close in. Up over the crossbar from close in range.
Well, I'm afraid it was a bad defensive mistake by Benny there on the left. He didn't get the ball cleared and he let Oliveira in there, and bad miss. Should have scored.
Dale Baxter tees it up for the goal kick. Carries nicely to midfield. Beautiful ball by Kiefer to Jenkins. Jenkins gets by Connell, but coming back to help is Terry Moore. And Moore clears back to Kevin Keelan. Kevin Keelan, if that name rings a bell, was with the New England team known as the Cat. Kevin the Cat Keelan. I think Tampa Bay will just play it cozy now, Duncan.
I think they just were slowing the game down there. You just saw them doing it, and it's interesting, Jim, how Wes McLeod's come more into the game. He's been given a lot of space, and you know, he's part of the reason they're doing so well.
Beautiful ball there, and a goal! Oh, what a beautiful goal by the Tampa Bay Rowdies, no doubt about it.
I think that's Roberts again.
Vandervee blistered that one, and what a shot that was, Duncan. Perfect assist, and what a blistering shot.
Nice chip in. Beautiful back healer from Roberts. Roberts or Vanderveen, Jim? It was difficult to tell.
I think Vanderveen.
I don't know who they credited it to. You couldn't quite see.
But it's 2-0 now. Tampa Bay leading Washington, and the Diplomats got a lot of work to do. McGill with Bradford at midfield. Bradford dumps it to the corner, too far ahead for McGill. It'll be goal kick, Tampa Bay. Well, just after we said they're playing it cozy, happy to have a 1-0 lead at halftime and then get the big opportunity.
Roberts on the assist. The goal, the captain, number 5.
Vanderveen gets the goal.
You're right, Jim. Nice flick from Roberts and a nice ball in. They've started to play very well, and that was certainly one of the best combination team goals I've seen this year. It was very good indeed. We've started to give the ball away unnecessarily a bit now, and they're causing a lot of panic in our team.
And a lot of times when the offense is going so well and everything's working right, you think everything's going to be a piece of cake, and you forget about the defense, Duncan.
Yeah, that was a very good goal. The first one was a little bit scrappy. I think we're paying now for not putting chances away that everybody could see that we had in the first half.
Connell clears the ball away from Jenkins,
especially in the first half hour.
It'll be throw-in, Washington Diplomats. 2.5 minutes remaining, first half. 2-0, Tampa Bay. Rowdies clear to midfield. Burt's trying to dig the ball loose, and the foul call. Tampa Bay takes it quickly.
See, nobody on Fabiani there. They both dropped off, Jim.
Fabiani still on the run.
Good tackle then from Carr.
Knocked off the ball. Wide open on the near side. Peter Rowe. Good lead pass by Peter Rowe, but headed out of danger by Waldron.
Every time we seem to try and clear the ball out of the area, it's going back to them at the moment.
Well, good takeaway. And the Diplomats with a run through midfield. This is Jenkins. Kiefer on a run left side if Jenkins can see him. Let's see how Jenkins plays it. Goes wide right. Now brings it left foot. The turnaround shot blocked. Loose ball and cleared by Tampa Bay. You're right, Duncan. You can always tell the tempo of a game when whoever wins the free balls. And right now it's Tampa Bay. Goals by Roberts and Vanderveen have Tampa Bay ahead 2-0 with 1 minute remaining, first half of play. Waiting a throw in from the Diplomats. Long pass upfield on the right wing, shanked out of bounds. Tampa Bay throw in. John Gorman. And a foul called against Washington. Free kick, Tampa Bay.
You see Roberts annoyed there because he felt the advantage rule should have been played by the referee, Jim.
And rightly so, I guess.
Well, he cleared the defender.
Well, the referee not showing good ability there.
No, I'm afraid that wasn't the most successful thing he's done today so far. Yeah, they're slowing the game down, dictating it a little bit now, and they've been a different team for the last 20 minutes. They looked a team without confidence for the first part of the half. They've scored a couple of goals now, and they're looking not like a 2-5 team at all.
Vanderveen curls one right to the hot box, bouncing through, and Dale Baxter grabs it off. 10 seconds remaining, first half of play, 2-0, Tampa Bay in the lead. Not much organization right now at midfield as both teams end of the first half of play with the score, Tampa Bay 2, Washington Diplomats 0. We'll be back right after this. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. Of Florida. Duncan, disappointing of course, as everybody saw back home on Channel 5, the Washington Dips seemed to have everything under control. They controlled midfield play, and then a scrappy goal, as you called it, and definitely was. But still, I didn't think too much danger, but that second goal is the one that may prove to hurt.
Second goal was an excellent goal. It was, you know, one of the best team play moves that I've seen this season, involving a very good ball in, a back flick, and a very good shot indeed. It was a very good goal. The first goal was scrappy. Having said that, for 30 minutes we had most of the game, as everybody seeing the game at home can see, and we had a number of chances. Hebard had a couple, Bradford, Barrett. A lot of people were in positions that they might have scored and they didn't, and we have now been punished for not scoring a couple of goals in the first half, and they've got their goals. And don't they look a different team now with those 2 goals? They look as if they haven't lost any games this season, and they're playing some very attractive soccer.
The Diplomats, of course, up until now, the talk of the league, a 5-2 record. Nobody expected them to get off that quickly, especially having a team put together in the short time you did. But really, any team that's going to win anything has got to have the ability to come from behind. So we'll see perhaps tonight if they have that ability.
Yes, I think we've had some very good away games, and we've attacked people, and we've scored goals. We did it at Toronto. We scored 4 goals. We scored 3 at Atlanta, and I hope to see us, if we can get a goal and get back in the game, I think it'll be very exciting and very close. Of course, the danger with going all out and attacking straight away will be that they might catch us again, which we really can't afford. You'd have to give some credit to Gordon Jago for switching the front line, bringing 2 new players in who did very well in the last 15 or 20 minutes, and courageously dropping 2 players who, you know, I think are very good players, Wagley and Worthington. Very courageous coaching decision, and it seems to have worked so far.
Well, you talked about 2 new players for the Rowdies. You have brought in a new player this week. And the question, of course, is, Billy Kiefer I'm talking about, just how much of a change or how much more do you plan for the Diplomats this season?
Well, I think we're reasonably settled now. That doesn't mean to say that if a player became available that was important to the franchise that we wouldn't sign him if we felt that would strengthen us. I think at the moment we're looking to build and strengthen the franchise, and we'll do whatever that takes. But at the moment we can see now that we've got quite a strong nucleus. We've got quite a strong bench at the moment with Paul Cannell on the bench. We've got young Hayward from England. We've got Mickelson, who's a very good American forward. And
it's a kid from UCLA. And,
yeah.
Those are the kind of players that are going to have to come into their own to make the North American Soccer League an attractive product, which hopefully will come in time. Well, let's take a look now at the first goal, Duncan. After the Diplomats had controlled completely playing the first 30 minutes, this is really the first good chance Tampa Bay had.
See, Benny Dalgle being taken on by the forward actually doesn't get the block. Barilic chasing someone there, a shot, which is very well saved by Peter Carr, and Roberts really reacted very well to the rebound, better than the defender. If Peter Carr hadn't got in front of Dale Baxter there, I think he would have caught the ball and saved it, and there wouldn't have been a danger. You know, maybe it's his first game, so I wouldn't criticise him for that, but Peter shouldn't have gotten his way.
And a lot of times, too, the goalkeeper can tell the defender, I got it, out of my way.
Get out my way is the thing you say, get out of it. And he didn't say it, he didn't see it, but yeah, a little disappointing to give but a goal was always likely to happen. It was quite likely, as we saw up there, at their end to happen, and it unfortunately went in our goal.
What's ahead this season for the Diplomats on the home games, along with really a magnificent schedule? I'm happy to see the league went to division play, where you play the Cosmos, for example, twice.
Well, obviously we've got the Cosmos coming in twice, the first time on May the 23rd, and I can tell you now that there's a lot of strong feeling amongst the players because they felt that they were definitely robbed in New York, because the New York goal was definitely a handball by Van der Elst. Everybody admitted it was, even on the side the commissioner. I think a lot of people saw it on TV in Detroit on the news programs, and they felt very upset because they battled well. The Cosmos had 60% of the game, but we fought them, and just when they were beginning to get tired and we were beginning to run at them, they scored a goal. So this is going to be, apart from being obviously the most attractive fixture this season at home, it's a bit of a grudge match for us, and I hope we're going to beat them. You know, we're very confident on our own field.
You can tell you're a man on the move with news people in Washington and not Detroit, Duncan. The second goal certainly was a beauty, and no question about that, no argument.
Yes, I think it was one of the best goals I've seen this season. A little ball chipped in here. Again, Benny doesn't get his foot in the way and block. What a lovely flick by Roberts. Van der Veen comes in, and before Malcolm can get across, gets it under Dale Baxter.
And it was 2-0 near the end of the first half of play, and that's the way it ended. We're at halftime, Tampa Bay leading by the score of 2-0, and we'll return to Tampa Stadium right after we pause for this. This is Washington Diplomat Soccer. That's it tonight. Let's hope they take advantage of the perfect night for soccer and have a comeback tonight. You won 3 goals anyway, Duncan, for the maximum bonus points, right?
You could do with the 3, Jim, for the 9 points. Yeah. I must admit, we started off like we started off.
Abe spells 100% relief.
As a team that could come from behind and win this game.
Well, we've scored a lot of goals so far this season, Jim, and we're always capable of scoring a goal or two, and it's very important now to get an early goal.
Take heart from this. In the last 2 games, Kevin Keelan in goal for Tampa Bay has led in 7. So even if we just go average, we should have 3.5 goals second half. That's enough.
We should. It'd be interesting to see whether the coach changes the lineup at half-time at all. I see they're coming out now. Maybe he'll leave it for 10 or 15 minutes before possibly making a tactical substitution if we don't score, Jim.
We're just about set for the second half of play, and as we await for that, let's pause for this message. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. Why don't you bring that out when we come back?
Hey, can we get the promo number 4 out there real quick?
Yeah, let's go to De Oliveira, or not De Oliveira, Belfiore, if we can find him. Diplomats and Rowdies have returned to the playing field in Tampa Stadium, and Duncan taking a quick look, and I think Coach Furphy has made
yes, he's brought on Ivan Belfiore for David McGill. I think the purpose of that is to push Heinz Wirtz into midfield a little bit more and strengthen that. We certainly lost that for the last 15 minutes, and put Ivan in the back for him in place of Heinz.
So we'll look for number 3, Ivan Belfiore, in the lineup for the Washington Diplomats here in the second half. And I don't think that Gordon Jago has made any changes with the Rowdies, and why should he? With the success of the first half, at least on the scoreboard, leading 2-0.
Yeah, he'll leave things exactly as they are. Let's hope we can get an early goal, Jim, and it should be very exciting then if we can get a goal.
Second half kick taken by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Long ball off the head of that was Heinz Wirtz. Out of bounds, throw in Tampa Bay. Mental block just for a moment there. Heinz Wirtz, I couldn't find the name, Duncan.
Heinz Wirtz, yeah, it's we've got so many new players, it's difficult remembering them all, Jim.
This is the 4th game for Wirtz. He's a 27-year-older from West Germany, so 2 Germans on the Diplomat team now. Good flick on the head, but no danger as nobody was breaking in.
Yeah, Roberts got an excellent flick just the minute before as well, but he had nobody with him. I think Roberts has done very well up front for them and caused us quite a few problems.
Roberts from South Africa, Fabiani from Chile, and Oliveira. He's from Argentina, is he? Somewhere in South America. And I'll tell you, those 3, look out, dangerous again. Tampa Bay moving in, score! Tampa Bay just flicked it right by Dale Roberts, and Roberts committed himself just a bit too early.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that Dale should have probably saved that one, and the defence should have probably gotten it away as well. Very scrappy goal. We can see it again here, Jim. We've got a ball crossed into the area. See a flick up by Roberts. That looks like Oliveira to me, or even McLeod there. Look at that, yeah.
Yes, McLeod.
Yeah, McLeod putting it in. Should have been cleared, and in all honesty, Dale should have stopped that as well.
All of a sudden, 3-0. Tampa Bay leading the Washington Diplomats. Well, it was an unknown quantity coming in, and again, a takeaway, but a foul called back upfield, so bring it back. But it was an unknown quantity coming in from the Tampa Bay Rowdies, struggling along 2-6 on the year, 4-game losing streak, and a major reshuffling of the lineup by Gordon Jago. A lot of players inserted that have been quabbling over contracts, some of them threatening to walk out, some trying to be traded and sold, and now in the game tonight and having the better of it, leading 3-0.
They're playing with a lot of confidence now, Jim, and they're dominating the game. That was another very scrappy goal. We haven't been giving away those goals so far this season at all, and it's something that's not very nice to see. It was very scrappy. We should have cleared that.
But again, plenty of time remaining, and let's see if the Diplomats can regroup and just pick them off one at a time. That's all you can do when you're behind by a margin of as many as 3. Just pick them off one at a time.
Well, it's a point. Every goal you score is a point, and that's what they should be thinking now.
Kiefer into Jenkins. Jenkins dumped in the penalty box for the foul against Washington.
When you get 3-0 down, nothing much seems to break for you at all.
Kevin Keelan, who's been perfect so far tonight, just lobbed it to the near defender back into the penalty area. That's as far as the goalkeeper can hand the ball. Once he leaves that penalty area, he's like any other player. It was McLeod who scored that 3rd goal, Duncan. Now
it was McLeod, yeah.
McLeod at 46:15, so a minute 15 into the second half of play. The Rowdies take a 3-0 lead. And dangerous again as they lob it into the hot box area. Had it clear across the end line. It'll be corner kick Tampa Bay.
Hey, Benny, well done. Good.
Tampa Bay might take this one short. They have a player up on the left flank, but they do go for the far post. Headed out of danger by Jenkins across the far touchline. It'll be throw-in Tampa Bay. But the Rowdies in clear control right now. And getting cute as Fabiani just flicked it on the heel behind his back. But that can backfire too once you start getting cute. Ball just out of reach, and that's the difference.
Yes, they're certainly going to get revenge for the 4-1 thrashing that we handed out in RFK Stadium, and at the moment they're really playing with a lot of confidence, as most teams do when they get 3-0 up.
It'll be throw-in.
He's giving a free kick, Jim. He's giving a free kick.
They take it quickly on the right flank for Kiefer. Kiefer winds it near side. Couldn't quite get it to Barilish. Fighting for the ball midfield. That's Belfiore, who just came on at halftime. Now Peter Carr to Barilish. And Barilish would like nothing better than to get his teammates, now Washington, riled up to come back and defeat his former teammates, the Rowdies. Quick throw in. Jenkins plays the high bounce neatly off the chest. Now looking for the cross.
Nice cross.
Verts, beautiful cross. Far side for his fellow countryman Kiefer. Kiefer traps it nicely, pulls it up, looking to cross, then plays it back on top. And then taken away. So you can see the difference in the game that 3 goals gives you. All kind of confidence. Tampa Bay just cleared it out of bounds. It'll be throw-in Washington.
It'd be nice to see us get a goal here, Jim. I mean, we need a goal to get our confidence back in this game. We've certainly done enough to deserve one. And nothing much even there seems to be breaking for us. Ross Jenkins fighting terribly hard for everything, and nothing much breaking his way.
Ball out of bounds at midfield. As they retrieve it, let's take a pause. A break in the action. The score, Tampa Bay 3, Washington nothing. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer.
This is only a 30, Jim. Excuse me, it is a 60.
And can we get throw number 4 up there?
Halftime score, Atlanta, Jacksonville, tied up at 1-1.
And 3-0 Tampa Bay leading the Washington Diplomats with 37:40 remaining regulation time. Diplomats trying to regroup and regain control of this game. Good run now by the Washington Diplomats. Still moving with it. Peter Carr Then flicked it left side. Racing
ball
for
run
it,
on
out
that
of
turf.
bounds. Jenkins couldn't quite catch up to it.
Good run by Belfiore, Jim. He very put forward run. He saw the ball spin out again as he tried to pass to Ross Jenkins.
Yes, thank you. Belfiore, I mentioned Carr, but Belfiore, who came in at halftime, replacing David McGill. Kevin Keelan. Looks like about a 2-iron shot as it really skunks it high and far midfield, battling for control. Benny Dargo rolls it off his foot. And Heinz Wirtz just played it back to the 35-yard line at Tampa Bay, but the Rowdies back in control. Play on, says a referee, and play on does Wes McLeod. McLeod, who got the 3rd goal for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and McLeod in complete control now at midfield.
McLeod's had an excellent game in midfield for Tampa Bay.
Up on the forward line, looking for Roberts, broken up. And I believe
the referee felt Waldron went in a little bit hard there, and he's just told him to calm down.
Also with a foot high, I believe, is what concerned the referee.
Yes, the ball was bouncing quite high in the air, but
dangerous restart area for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Defensive wall, you can see, set up by the Diplomats, but again the real danger will be to the near side of the field. And see if this ball isn't played to the near side. Here it comes. Headed, balloons up in the air, and Dale Baxter grabs it off away from Fabiani. Looking for garbage, but Baxter caught it cleanly.
He's called a foul on Baxter.
Baxter will take the free kick for the Diplomats. Headed by Tampa Bay, but out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Tampa Bay.
Highly dubious.
Well, Tampa Bay give it back, so it's okay. We're even now. Heinz Wirtz on the throw-in.
Foul on Jenkins there. He was pushed right off the ball.
You can see Tampa Bay gets almost every free ball there is right now. Tampa Bay at midfield. Just toying with a 3-0 lead.
That's a bad ball. Giving it
Grabbed
straight to
off.
Willie Kiefer.
Now to Hibbard. Back to Kiefer. Kiefer looking forward, looking for Jenkins, but up in the air was the Yugoslav, Rafik Kojic.
Back to the goalkeeper.
Well, tickets for all Diplomat home games are on sale at all Ticketron and all Capital Center outlets. You can also call Sports Charge at 350-2100. 350-2100. And you can call Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Ticket orders remaining for home games, including May 17 against Dallas, May 23rd against the Cosmos, May 31 against Tulsa. When you call, be ready to give the operator your Visa, MasterCard, or American Express number. Again, the free ball, Tampa Bay. You can see that the Rowdies are in complete control so far in this second half. Terry Moore, one of the few times he's handled the ball tonight, chips it forward, way offside. Looked dangerous, but clearly offside. It'll be free kick, Washington. Not to reflect on the play of Dale Baxter tonight, who's been as brave as he can be. But what is the condition of Jim Brown, Duncan?
Well, we're hoping Jimmy will be fit for the home match against Dallas. And he's got a sprained ankle. It was quite severe, but I believe it's got a little bit better. It's got better. The swelling's gone down over the last few days, and there's every indication he's going to be able to play against Dallas next week.
Oliveira and Benny Dargo collide midfield.
I'd be very surprised if that isn't our free kick. we're not getting the ball back from the people on the sideline.
Free kick to Washington. Bradford to Hibbard. Back to Bradford. And then Bradford just gave it away. Tampa Bay back in control. Well, they got double flank on the left wing, but good break up there on the far side. Peter Baralich dumping it forward for Bradford, turning back. Nice center cross field by Verts. But again, it's back to Tampa Bay. Good give and go by the Rowdies, but catching up just in time.
Peter Carr's marked Fabiani very well, actually. It's not Fabiani that's been causing us the problems. Again, we've given the ball away.
Just look at the tempo every time there's a free ball. Watch Baxter now. When he puts the ball, well, he's going to throw it out. Wisely does. I really wonder a lot of times, Duncan, why that isn't done more. Every time the goalkeeper just kicks it to midfield, it's a 50-50 ball.
I think every time a man's on, we like to try and throw it to players, but if you look at the moment, it's one of those unfortunate periods when you're 3-0 down and everything you try to do seems to go wrong. And that's happening to us at the moment. And they are become a totally different team than they were at the start of this game. They looked very nervous at the start of the game. Now they look like a team that could beat anybody in the league. It's certainly, this will do their confidence an awful lot of good for the rest of the season.
Well, you knew Tampa Bay was not a 2-6 soccer club, no doubt about it. I'm just sorry they decided to get well tonight.
Well, we've been having an extremely good run. We've beaten a lot of teams, and we won 5 straight games, and now we've just got beaten by the Cosmos, and we haven't lost this game tonight, but we are 3-0 down at the moment, and bar some goals that we don't look like getting at the moment, we're in a lot of trouble. Good ball from Hibbard there that was just cut out by the defender. Baralich was fouled there. I think the referee's actually given one to us. We really need to score a goal, Jim, and then just get our composure and just see what we can salvage from this in terms of points.
A lot of it is simply getting the play into the area where you have the opportunity to score, or even an opportunity for a foul, which many times a referee is a lot more lenient to give when the team is down 3-0. Not to
this
say
is dangerous,
that they are.
Jim. This
Here's
is dangerous
indeed. Jenkins was in.
Again, that didn't bounce for us.
And Tampa Bay comes back with it. Clears upfield. Can Fabiani have the speed to catch up to it?
I don't think Fabiani can catch Hibbard.
I think there's anybody can catch Hibbard in this league with the speed that he's shown from time to time. To Belfiore at the near flank. Belfiore back to Hibbard. Hibbard turns it back to Baxter. Let's try the right flank this time. All right.
Hibbard turns it to Baxter.
Peter Carr dumps to midfield, but again, there's a white-shirted Rowdy. Well, group sales available for Washington Diplomats Soccer. For group sales and season tickets, call 544-KICK. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you have a group of 20 or more or would like to buy season tickets, call 544-KICK. Don't forget the 3 exciting games in May and the special promotions during the merry month of May at RFK. Hibbard moving up. Let's see if the Diplomats can create danger. Hibbard takes it to the goal line looking for the cross, but the bouncing ball again, not bouncing the dip's way, and it crosses the goal line before Hibbard could get the cross.
Yeah, we've just settled down for the last few minutes, and we've actually put a few passes together and recovered a little bit of our composure, and Hibbard's come into the game a little bit more, Jim.
28 minutes remaining, regulation time, 3-0, and Kevin Keelan taking plenty of time to tee it up as precious seconds tick off. Good header flick by Roberts to Fabiani. Fabiani dribbles a soft shot. No problem there for Dale Baxter.
Yes, it hasn't been Fabiani that has caused us the problems up front tonight. It's been Roberts with a lot of tireless running and Oliveira. They both played extremely well. Here is a chance.
Dangerous now, but Kevin Keelan played it perfectly.
Willie Kiefer wasn't far away from getting his first goal from the Diplomats there.
Well, that's the kind of bouncing ball, too, that can turn the game, had it worked for the Washington Diplomats. Hibbert again turns it inside for Barelish. Peter Barelish, will he try and do it all himself? Well, the Rowdies expect that. They sandwich him with 3 white shirts. Now Hibbert. Hibbert looking for the unmarked man, goes wide to Kiefer, far side. Kiefer nods it in the middle, looking for Jenkins. Bounces, but headed clear by Kojic. Now nice takeaway by Kiefer. Great work by Kiefer. Goes deep. Kiefer still has control. Turns it toward the goal mouth and across the end line. Nothing more than a goal kick. A break in the action. The score, Tampa Bay 3, Washington nothing. This is Washington Diplomats soccer. Is that Cleve Haywood?
Clive Haywood.
Clive Haywood. Three 0 Tampa Bay leading the Washington Diplomats, and Coach Furphy trying to get the attention of the referee to make a substitution. Clive Haywood. Tell us about him, Duncan.
Well, Clive's a young boy that we brought out here. He's replacing Willie Kiefer, incidentally, who has had a good first game, but nothing quite went right for him in the second half. He's played well. We picked him up from Coventry. He's a young player that was never really given a chance there, and we'd seen him a few times and thought he had quite a lot of ability, and we did need a reserve forward at the time, so we signed him as reserve cover. And now he's got a chance to come on, and we'll see what he can do. He's only 20 years of age.
This is first game for the Dips?
It's his first game, yeah. He's only been in America for about 8 days, so he's just settling into life in Washington.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to settle into life in the States, no better place than Washington, D.C. Tampa Bay still not satisfied with the 3-goal lead. Look out as Fabiani looking up in the air for a blessing, but the ball didn't bounce his way, and it's cleared out by the Dips defense. There you see the story, 3-0, with only 25:45 remaining regulation time. I don't know if the referee saw that or not, but you could see one of the Dips grabbing the jersey of Peter Rowe, and he did see it. But the free kick by Tampa Bay taken back by Washington, and the ball out of bounds, throw into Washington.
Yes, Hibbert's come more into the game now. He's demanding the ball, and he's started to activate a few attacks.
Beautiful cross ball for Bradford. David Bradford takes a look, wheels it toward the goal mouth, bounces one time into the midsection of Kevin Keelan.
Yes, I think a couple of things should be pointed out here. I think Bradford and Barelich have not been as dominating in midfield as they often are with their lot of experience. And that has caused us a few problems. They haven't been in the game as much as we'd like them to be in, and we've lost the game there. Really, that's one of the reasons we've lost the game. They've outplayed us in midfield. That hasn't happened very often. Clive Haywood unlucky there. He made a very good run across the field and was given offside. He's come on and looked quite sharp and quick, actually, and I hope he does well.
Peter Rowe takes the free kick for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, but Peter Carr had that one in his sights, headed it clean away. Waldron, dangerous, tried to head the ball to Carr, and running right between them was Terry Moore. Fortunately, no harm done. Bradford now to Haywood. Clive Haywood back to Bradford to Haywood. Well, let's see if he has the speed to break on the left wing. Turns it beautifully to Peter Barelich. Barelich looking for the shot, left foot. Oh, one move too many as Connell had time to move in and take it away from Peter Barelich, but Barelich waiting to tee it up on the left foot. Collision in midfield and the decision against the Diplomats. Free kick, Tampa Bay.
I don't think Peter Carr's been more than a foot away from Fabiani all night so far.
Games coming up in this month of May at RFK Stadium. Sunday, May 17, Dallas, 2:30 in the afternoon. Saturday, May 23rd against the Cosmos. 8 o'clock Saturday night. That's T-shirt night, courtesy of U.S. Army. And Sunday, May 31 against Tulsa. And the San Diego Chicken will be there to entertain along with the Diplomats against Tulsa, May 31. So 3 big home games this month at RFK Stadium. Peter Rowe chips it toward the goal mouth. Dale Baxter grabs it off in flight. Tampa Bay shutting the door now on the Diplomats, not allowing any opportunity. This is Hebard. Let's see if he can create something. Trevor Hebard. Oh, he's shown some magnificent form so far this season. Now to Bradford. Bradford chips it up on the right wing, trying to hit it toward the middle and just cleared away from Hayward.
Just didn't get his foot in there in time.
Bradford heading the ball. Now controls at midfield. Lays it wide for Belfiore. Belfiore overlaps.
Lovely
takes
ball.
it nicely. To the corner of the hot box. Headed over the crossbar. Will be corner kick, Washington. Time to get it going now, Duncan.
Yes, we need to score a goal desperately, really, Jim, just to give everybody a little bit of heart and confidence. And certainly we haven't had many opportunities in the second half because they've plainly outplayed us. In the first half we did, and if we can sneak one in now, it'll make the last 20 minutes quite exciting because we are still trying, and you know, I hope we get one.
Hebard in swinger right to the goal mouth, jamming up, but cleared by the defense of Tampa Bay. But again, just the bounce of the ball could have easily gone the other way.
It could. The goalkeeper came out and didn't get. Keelan didn't punch the ball cleanly, and I think he's going to receive some treatment now. Quite dangerous, but again, nobody got their head to the ball and was able to put it in.
Referee had a word with Kevin Keelan. Apparently, he didn't think whatever Keelan was complaining about was necessary to stop play. Evans, the referee, says play on, and they do with a throw-in. Peter Rowe to Fabiani, just flicks it toward the Washington goal. Dale Baxter grabs it off, landing it for Peter Carr. Crossfield for Waldron. Now Belfiore in the middle for Bradford. Flicks it left side. This is Benny Dargold on a run for Washington in the middle, but behind the defender and also out of reach for Jenkins. And back in control, Tampa Bay. To Kevin Keelan, and we'll see a lot of that now with 21 minutes remaining regulation time. Every ball they can will be cleared back to the goalkeeper. 5-10 seconds each time they do that, and the minutes add up. Bradford flicks it neatly, trying for the cross, but getting a big foot in front of him was Kojic.
Peter Carr made a very strong run from the back there, and now to try and force this and get a goal or two in the last few minutes, we've got to do more of this attack. Defenders coming forward and try and get this goal.
Pushed off the ball, free kick, Washington.
We should now be thinking every goal we get's a point, and those points are very important.
It was Heinz Wirtz who was pushed off the ball, number 5. Jerseys are getting quite wet, and it's difficult to see numbers from this distance now, Duncan.
It is. It's not easy at all. You just have to try and recognise the players, and we got another corner there, and one of these needs to go in.
This should be an outswinger. Right foot from that side. It is an outswinger. Ball bouncing around, looking for the shot. Block. Now Bradford in control. Bradford curls the shot right on, and cut Keelan. Had that one all the way. Looked dangerous, but Keelan, not screened, had easy opportunity. Quick throw in for Tampa Bay. Just threw it off the back of Waldron. Then took it again. Fabiani looking to set up, but taken away and play on, says a referee. This is Jenkins out on the right wing. Jenkins looking for help from somebody and gets it from Peter Carr. Trying to punch it through the defense of Tampa Bay, but the Rowdies just standing up at the back line now and knocking down everything coming their way. Good run by Roberts, but broken up by Peter Carr. Hop skipping and jumping through midfield. Now to Belfiore, widening it near side.
Haywood.
This is Clive Haywood. Fresh legs for the Diplomats. Good crossfield pass. I love those widening crossfield passes. The shot over the crossbar. Goal kick. Tampa Bay. A break in the action. The score. Tampa Bay 3, Washington nothing. This is Washington Diplomats soccer.
We don't know what that feedback is. We're going to work on that problem.
Gotcha.
Make sure your muffs are on your ears completely, surrounding your ear. We're getting some type of feedback.
Yeah, it's not from here.
Turn your interrupt level down on your box a little bit if you want. Maybe that.
Got it down.
There you go. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Stand by.
"17 and a half minutes remaining regulation time. 3-0. Tampa Bay leading Washington. David Bradford, and now it's just desperation, Duncan. You can see the frustration.
Yes, I don't know why David did that, really. There was no need to do it. We just got to keep the ball. They are very frustrated, but we've almost established a divine right to win in some of the games we've been playing, and you know, we must just settle down and still try and score a goal, which we're not doing at the moment. We're giving the ball away much too much.
Well, 7 games played coming into this game tonight. Diplomats winning 5, losing 2, and really haven't been embarrassed. They weren't embarrassed tonight, but a 3-0 score isn't anything to write home to England about.
No, it's funny because I do believe that Cosmos are quite a bit better team than the.
Haywood tripped up.
Yeah.
Referee says play on.
I thought he was tripped up as well.
Well, when you're down 3-0, the referee usually will give you that one. Second half, quick stats. And Tampa Bay has been called upon for 5 saves. Washington only 3. And shots are even 13-13. But the one goal in the second half is the one that hurt. Just a minute and 15 into the second half. McLeod with the goal. Roberts scored for Tampa Bay at 35-20. Van der Veen at 46-39. Then McLeod at 46-15. Waiting for the Diplomats to uncork one to the back of the net. Maybe right here. Blistering shot, just whistled wide.
Great shot by Wirtz, actually. Heinz really got forward very well then, and I don't think Keelan would have saved that. I think it was very close. Difficult to see from the angle. Yes, you can see Heinz breaking on the left here. Moves forward well on his left foot. Really hits a very good shot. Yeah, yard or two wide of the upright. Keelan knew what he was doing.
It looked like it was turning in at the beginning, but then faded out. He was trying to curl it inside the post.
Yes.
And then just took off on him. The old knuckleball. Dale Baxter comes out, grabs that one off cleanly.
Yeah, Dale's actually been very good on crosses and catching. He fielded the ball very well.
The only difficulty he may have had tonight on 2 of the goals, scramble goals, may have been just a communication problem with his defense.
Yes, I think so, and you've got to expect a youngster coming into the team. It's not easy for him at all.
Hubbard looking to set up for Wirtz, and again.
Yeah, Heinz another shot. He really leant back too much on that, and it wasn't, again, another frustration effort, really. They've outplayed us in this game, apart from the first 25 minutes, and we're 3-0 down.
Tickets for all Diplomats home games on sale at all Ticketron at all Capital Center outlets. Also call Sports Charge at 350-2100, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, Tampa Bay taking every delay tactic possible, and why not? They have as much as they can get tonight. If they hold on for the win, they'll get the full 9 points. 6 for the win, a point each for all goals, maximum 3. But you're right, Duncan, this is going to mean a lot for Tampa Bay and the Rowdy fans, and a good crowd tonight. They expected about 18. We haven't had an announced attendance yet, but I'm sure it's much better than the 18 expected. Neil Roberts, who's been the danger man up front, on the ball right now. Good hip check.
That must be. I think this referee is possibly the best one I've seen this season. He's let tackles that are good tackles, like the one you just saw, where two people have gone in fairly hard but played the ball, and he's let those go. In a lot of the games I've seen this season with us involved, referees have not given. They've kept blowing their whistle and stopping the game. And he's refereed this game well.
On the throw-in, but the Diplomats take it back. 13 minutes remaining. Regulation time, 3-0. Tampa Bay leading. Peter Carr puts one up for grabs. Haywood couldn't quite catch up to it, but Jenkins does, and blisters a beautiful half-volley shot right on, and Kevin Keelan maybe with the biggest save so far.
Yeah, I think we can see that again. Ross chases this long ball, gets onto it well. Keelan made a very good save, very athletic. He didn't throw himself like a 39-year-old at that. He looks a lot younger throwing himself at that.
The real ability there, though, Duncan, was a shot by Jenkins. You think that's an easy shot? Try it sometime. Taking the ball in stride in a half volley, and he caught it all.
I think we've just seen a Tampa substitution. I didn't see who came on, but I can see Cannell warming up on the touchline. Well, free kick on the goalkeeper.
Corner by Washington goes for naught as a foul against the goalkeeper, and it's free kick Tampa Bay.
I think the coach is trying to get Paul Cannell to come on. He's just warming up on the touchline now.
Tampa Bay back through midfield. Beautiful flick on the header, but back there is Peter Carr to sweep it away, and that's exactly what a sweeper is supposed to do. And thus the term sweeper.
Yes, I think Peter actually has had an excellent game tonight, and I think he's probably been our best player. He's shut Fabiani down, and he's helped out other people as well.
Well, Cannell does come on. I'm not sure who came out, Duncan.
Ross Jenkins.
Tampa Bay going for more. Just having fun now, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Dangerous ball, but cleared out nicely. Trip there at midfield, but the ball through to Van der Veen. Van der Veen golfs it up on the right wing, looking for Roberts. Knocked away by Waldron. But it's back again to Tampa Bay. Terry Moore turns it wide left side. And look for the ball to be cleared all the way. Well, I'm wrong. I thought they were going to clear it all the way back to Kat Keelan. Midfield, Tampa Bay in clean control. Now a breakout by the Washington Diplomats. Long ball for Cannell. Cannell takes it onside. Cannell, one man to beat, turns a soft shot, bouncing easily for Kevin Keelan.
He got in an excellent position there, Paul, and turned on that very well, but he didn't beat the man, and the shot was half blocked.
Normally on a play like that, Cannell one-on-one is as good as anybody.
Yes.
Kinsella has come in for Tampa Bay, replacing Oliveira. That was a substitution. Foul. And Washington takes the free kick quickly. Bradford trying to scuff the ball on the left side and does exactly that. Awaiting a throw-in. With the score, Tampa Bay 3, Washington nothing. Let's pause for this message. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer. Okay.
Next. We'll come back.
For group sales and tickets, season tickets, call 544-KICK, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you have a group of 20 or more or would like to buy season tickets, call 544-KICK, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't forget the 3 exciting games in May and the special promotion starting with this coming Sunday, tomorrow week, against Dallas, 2:30 at RFK Stadium.
Well, as soon as I've said the referee's just done one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen. Free kick blatantly the other way, and he's given it to them.
But they don't take advantage of it as the Diplomats have it back. Belfiore waving his teammates forward, then needs help and gets it from Hebard. Hebard now dumps it up for grabs in the hot box. A twisting header turned toward the goal. That was Wirtz.
That was Cannell.
Oh, Cannell.
Coming in from the right wing. Very courageous header. The sort of thing he's very good at. I think it'll probably be an ironic fact, but we'll probably find at the end of this match that we've outshot Tampa Bay.
Could well be. It was 13-13 a couple of minutes ago. Peter Carr wisely elected to back off from that one. And the ball cleared back to Dale Baxter.
Very pleased to see in the second half that Trevor Hebard has picked up his game and started running at people. And
throw in for Tampa Bay.
Again, I'm surprised that wasn't a free kick. A guy tackled the back of Wirtz and knocked him off balance when he didn't have the ball, and the referee didn't give a free kick.
Okay. Bye.
Well, an aggressive second half by Wirtz for sure, Duncan. You could see he hasn't given up.
No, I don't think any of the players have. I think we've just had our one night this season so far where things really haven't gone for us. And in many respects, it's unfortunate it's the first telecast.
That's Wirtz turning it inside for Bradford. Bradford just trying to punch it forward.
Afraid nothing's gone right for David at all tonight, and he's just again put them on the attack.
Fabiani looking for an opening, tried to slip it through. It was blocked and cleared back to Baxter. 7 minutes remaining regulation time. 3-0 Tampa Bay. That's Paul Cannell dropping it back to Belfiore. Now Belfiore, bad ball as he crossed right through the middle. And Tampa Bay fails to take advantage as Fabiani's pass is grabbed off. Now Hebard. Show us speed, Hebard. That's it. Come on. Take it to the corner, then the cross. Barelish moving to the corner. Hebard can go either way. Takes it inside. Looking for Bradford. Bradford flips it for Hebard now, who goes wide on the right wing. But a little too much passing deep in, Duncan, and the defense.
Yeah, and David's trying to do things too quickly some of the time. You know, he's such a good player, David Bradford, when he relaxes and dictates the play. Again, he did that very quickly, and it's very difficult when you're 3-0 down. It's very easy to sit here and say what people should have done, but it's very difficult. Nice through ball.
Look for the cross coming over the head of Fabiani, but there's Neil Roberts with a half volley, went wide of the goal. A break in the action, the score, Tampa Bay 3, Washington nothing. This is Washington Diplomats Soccer.
I think they're making another substitution down there. Somebody's writing something down and shaking hands down on the touchline. Number 17, Terry Moore, coming off. Okay. I can't see the player who's coming on. He's out of our view. Oh.
3-0 Tampa Bay leading the Washington Diplomats. 5:52 remaining regulation time. Dale Baxter hangs one to midfield, see who controls, and that's the way the second half has gone, although the Diplomats now take advantage. Into the hot box area, lobbing it toward the goal mouth, just missing, trying to flick the header was Wirtz. I like that Heinz Wirtz up front, which is where he's playing now, Duncan.
Yes, he's pushed right up in an attempt for the coach trying to get us to get a goal. He's an aggressive player. He can virtually play anywhere in actual fact.
Another one up in the air right to the hot box area at the goal mouth, but cleared out. Bradford lays it gingerly aside. Trying to dribble through into the hot box area is Hibbard. Now the cross blocked across the end line. It'll be corner kick. Washington. Hibbard likes that right wing.
Yes, he's quite a versatile player in that he can go either side and score goals.
Corner kick taken quickly, but headed clear by Tampa Bay. Rowdies push out. Belfiore blocked it, but then punched upfield. A run on the ball and 2-on-1 if Tampa Bay hurries. Here's a chip to the far post. Over the goal line, it'll be goal kick. Well, this is the premier telecast on Channel 5 of Diplomats Soccer for 1981. But we do have other games coming up this season. Let's hope better success for Diplomat fans. Sunday, June 14 against the Sting in Chicago. Then Saturday, June 20 against Montreal. Saturday, July 11 from California. It'll be great to see a telecast from the West Coast. Sunday, August the 2nd from Toronto. And then Wednesday, August 12, the Diplomats against the Cosmos from Giant Stadium. So lots of good soccer coming up this summer on Channel 5. Paul Cannell jammed up along the touchline, knocked out of bounds. He'll take the throw in quickly. Looking for Haywood. Haywood run off the ball nicely. And then Haywood may have earned a corner kick as he kicked it off the shin.
Has he given a corner kick?
Kojic. I think he has. He has indeed.
Yeah, he chased well, Clive Haywood. Actually, he's come on and looked quite threatening up front. He's obviously quite a quick player.
Ladies, after the game party with your Rowdies party, if Fanny's uncertain.
Corner kick taken short, and I hope not wasted. Knocked out of bounds, so now a throw in. Hibbard quickly. In for Haywood. Over the head bicycle centering kick, but headed clear. Now Bradford following up. Bradford widens it far side. Looking for the cross for Cannell, and Cannell's header off the
side
net.
netting.
On the far side of the net, unfortunately, not the inside.
Very nice cross by Malcolm Waldron coming up from defence, and Cannell again throwing himself very bravely at the ball, and just not getting it in the net.
Almost had a gift there.
He did, yeah.
Kevin
Keelan nearly
Keelan
gave us a present there.
Wasn't expecting the return.
We have another one.
2:50 remaining regulation time. 3-0. Tampa Bay looking like a winner in the second half. You'd never figured that, though, if you saw the first half hour of this game. That's Roshik, and you can get cute when you have a 3-0 lead with 2 minutes left. Look at him flick the ball around. Putting on a clinic now, Duncan.
Sorry, Jim?
Putting on a clinic.
Yes, we did the same thing to them in RFK a few days ago. It's interesting how these two games have turned around so much. All credit to Gordon Jago for changing the team and getting this good result.
Ball out of bounds, taken quickly. Throw in, and I think it'll be offside, but they don't call it. Hibbard at the goal line tries to put it to the porch of Kevin Keelan, but the defense grabs it off, and there's a story. 2-minute warning.
Well, this could be the last chance we have to score a goal. The referee maybe should stop the clock now, since their players were kicking that ball away.
Indirect kick. Washington.
Indirect free kick. The ball cannot be put directly to the back of the net. Has to touch a player first. They go to the near side. The header back in front. Nodded into the goal. Score. Tampa Bay. Or rather Washington. The Diplomats get the goal, and I don't know who did it.
Cannell scored. Cannell got up on the far post and headed one in, and I'm glad to see us get that. We can probably see it again now. Long free kick, chipped in. The ball just goes out of picture, is knocked back across the goal, and Cannell,
beautiful.
Got up very well on the far post and headed it in.
In the standings, though, that's 1 point at least.
It is, and it's important for us to score a goal tonight because we played well enough to score a goal or two, and it's a pity it's come so late.
3-1 now. Tampa Bay leading Washington. 1:10 remaining regulation time. Ball rolls out of bounds midfield. Throw in Washington. Belfiore trying to catch Haywood, but stepping in front of him, a defender. And long lob pass for Roberts. Roberts has the ball. Dangerous. but taken away nicely. That's Peter Rowe, the defender, not Roberts. Peter Rowe, the defender, overlapping deep on the attack zone. 45 seconds remaining. Throw in Tampa Bay. Peter Rowe looking for the cross.
He'll just take it in the corner there and sit on it for 5 minutes.
Puts it across the end line. It'll be goal kick Washington. 30 seconds remaining.
Stop by any one of the 3A that use their sales today.
Baxter bangs it high upfield. Haywood flicked it aside. Cannell pushed off the ball. It's out of bounds to Washington.
I think Paul gave that player a little push then, just over the line.
Throw in, taken
Haywood's
nicely.
got away there.
Haywood looking for the cross, has a man in front, but the pass is blocked across the end line. Should be a corner.
The referee's blown the
time
whistle anyway.
has expired. It's all over, the end of the game, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies gained revenge after taking a 4-1 defeat just a week or so ago up at RFK Stadium. Tonight, Tampa Bay gets the better of it. Gordon Jaco, victorious coach and a happy man after losing 4 straight, and a big victory at home for the Rowdies, 3-1 over the Washington Diplomats. Recapping the scoring, Roberts at 35-20 got the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the scoreboard, and that was after the Washington Diplomats were doing everything in the first half except putting the ball in the back of the net. Then 2 goals that really hurt. They always say never allow a goal just before or at the beginning of before the end of the half or the beginning of the second half, and that's exactly what Tampa Bay did. Near the end of the first half of play, Van der Veen scored to make it 2-0, and then a minute 15 into the second half of play, McLeod scored to make it 3-0 Tampa Bay. The Diplomats were just frustrated all during the second half with a 3-0 lead. Tampa Bay just sat on it, and then with less than 2 minutes remaining, the Diplomats did manage to get a goal and 1 point. It came on a free kick, indirect free kick to Benny Dargold, who's off screen. He crossed perfectly to Paul Cannell, and Cannell, who's as good as anybody when he gets it within range of his head, and flicked it into the back of the net by Kevin Keelan. And that was the end of the scoring tonight, 3-1. The Tampa Bay Rowdies beating the Washington Diplomats. So the Diplomats now 5-3 on the season, 43 points, still in second place overall. Cosmos playing tomorrow against Toronto, and all the Diplomats can do is go back home and go to work, get ready for Dallas this coming Sunday, tomorrow a week at RFK Stadium. What do you know about Dallas, Duncan?
Well, they haven't got off to a very good start this season. Like Tampa Bay, they've lost a lot of games. They've spent a lot of money on their team, and I haven't seen them this season. And I think you would expect us to beat Dallas at home and to recover a little bit from this defeat. It's the worst defeat we've had this year, and I don't really like to say this, and whilst not saying that Dale Baxter didn't do well in goal, I think we did miss Jimmy Brown because he's such a good goalkeeper tonight a little bit, and it was a big factor in this game.
Talking about the game this coming Sunday a week, May 17, against Dallas, it'll mark the return to Washington of former Diplomats goalkeeper Bill Irwin. Of course, anything can happen when teams from Washington and Dallas get together. Then May 23rd, the Cosmos at RFK Stadium. I would guess, Duncan, that one should ring the cash register pretty good. You should have a great crowd for the Cosmos in Washington.
Obviously, everybody wants to see the Cosmos, and as I mentioned at half-time, it's going to be a grudge match. I was there at Giant Stadium, and I felt we were beaten unfairly, and so did the players. So I hope we can beat them on May the 23rd.
First 5,000 fans, 14 and under, will receive a free Diplomats t-shirt at the game May 23rd against the Cosmos, courtesy of the U.S. Army. Then May 31, Tulsa at RFK Stadium, when the Diplomats were in Detroit. Every game between these two teams was a war, and a war indeed. The move from Detroit to Washington will not change this fierce rivalry. This game also marks the first appearance at RFK Stadium of the San Diego Chicken. Don't have the final stats, but I think you're right, Duncan. I think we'll find that it was pretty even as far as shots on goal. But the difference those 2 goals, one near the end of the first half and then that one a minute 15 into the second half of play, giving Tampa Bay a 3-0 lead. Paul Connell, who came in as a substitute late in the game, had a couple of good chances flicking headers on and finally got one to pay off on the free kick, indirect free kick. And that's something I've seen from Coach Furphy all during the time I've seen him coach, Duncan. You talk about fundamentals of coaching. Rarely will you see them waste a restart, a free kick. They always have a set play. And
no, it's a great pity we didn't get any free kicks on the edge of the box, Jim, because as you know, Malcolm Waldron scored a lot of goals this season from that position.
That'll wrap it up from Tampa Stadium tonight. The final score once again, Tampa Bay Rowdies 3, Washington Diplomats 1. Our director tonight, Ed Jones. A fine job for Duncan Hill. This is Jim Forney. Good night, everybody.